Plutonic. Plutonic. Pluto was one of the god kings of the human world. His brother, the mighty Zeus, was god of the skies. Another brother, Poseidon, was god of the seas. And Pluto was the ruler of the underworld. But to say that he was the god of hell is not quite right. You see, in the very old days, Pluto was called Hades. Now, Hades was a bad guy, but he kind of got a makeover and became nicer, and this nicer god was called Pluto. So don't worry, Mickey's dog does not have such a dark backstory. Finally, Pluto's nephew, Hephaestes, or better known as Vulcan, the Roman name given to the god of volcanoes and fire, is better known. But now we are focusing on Pluto. In the 1700s, as scientists were making new discoveries in the emerging field of geology, they used mythological Greek figures to name their newly discovered phenomena. Since Pluto lived deep within the Earth's surface, it made sense to say that he gave us Plutonic rocks. That is, rocks that are formed deep within the Earth's crust or mantle, and come up later due to changes in the Earth's surface or changes in climate. And some of these are very beautiful. They don't really come from hell. Geologists save the hellish name of Hades for the first division of Earth time, the Hadean Eon. Plutonic rocks are formed by magma, which is hot liquid rock underground. Now, you've probably seen lava flows, which happen when magma goes to the surface of the Earth via a volcano. Well, that's a quick way to make a rock, but plutonic bodies form very slowly underground. And I mean slowly. For a small plutonic intrusion, it may only take 50,000 years. But some plutonic activity is so large that it forms mountains and small pieces of continents. And this process can take more than 10 million years to cool. Okay? So basically, plutonic activity is slow, volcanic activity is fast. Okay, geology has developed a lot since the 1800s, and knowledge has become more and more systematized. So the general term plutonic rock is fading away. A more specific way to describe a plutonic rock that has come to the surface is an intrusive igneous rock. And in general, a more useful word is a pluton. So the whole plutonic process is now just called a pluton. It's easier to say. So our term plutonic rock may be going the way of Neptunian rock, which has really died off because we know a lot more about how the Earth works now than we used to. However, it is still convenient to speak of a Plutonic suite or a Plutonic complex. So, when you hear someone say Plutonic rocks, they may be from an older generation. But if you hear about Plutonic processes in general, you are probably hearing about some rocks that were formed by magma as it has cooled, getting closer and closer to the Earth's surface and producing some rocks that have ultimately been formed deep underneath.